same. You get it now? To think that taxes and levies are the same is an error. Just know that. But most people used to think that taxes and levies, they are the same. No, they are not the same. What does tax mean? I told you that tax is a compulsory composition. Tax is a compulsory contribution imposed by government. It's a compulsory contribution imposed by government. Even though the taxpayers, you may not even collect anything from it. Government is not obligated to give you anything because you are paying tax. You now think that government will give you something. You are expecting to receive something from government. No, and you cannot tell government what to use the money to do. You got it now. Government is not obligated to give you any return, or you cannot induce government. You cannot tell government what they will use the money to do. That is what taxation. On the other hand, levies are what you pay for the services that government renders to you. You get it now? Levies are what you pay for the services that government render to you. I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. For instance, now, if you want to go to the court now, you are going to do what? You pay court fee. You get it now? That fee you pay is what? Levy. Another example is if you disobey, if you go against, if you disobey traffic rules and regulation, you get it now? If you disobey traffic rules and regulation and you are caught, what do they will ask you to pay? You'll be asked to pay fine. That fine you are paying is what? Levy. Do you get it now? It's not tax. Are we together?
Yes.
Sometimes too, if you want to advertise through any government agency, what you are going to pay is what? Levies. You get it now? So you should know the difference between taxes and what? Levies. Levies are what? You are getting benefits, direct benefits for money you are paying. It can be through punishment or it may not be punishment. Just like when I said, in case you disobey traffic rules and you are caught, you get it now? You are going to pay fees and fines and penalties. You get it now? And if you want to access government facility, government may also charge you. Like if you want to use the court, you pay court fee and the rest of them. Or you want to advertise through government agency, you are going to pay levies. You get it now? But taxes are compulsory. You get it now? They are compulsory. And you are not getting anything in return from paying your taxes. You get it now? So that is the difference between taxes and levies. Now, let's look at the principles of taxation. Principles of taxation. This principle, you should familiarize yourself with them. Now, Adam Smith, we all know Adam Smith. Adam Smith listed some characteristics, or sometimes it is called kernels of taxation. All these principles, they are called, sometimes you can call them characteristics of taxation, or you can see them as kernels of taxation. Take note of those words. If they ask you what are the characteristics, what are the principles, what are the kernels of taxation, it's the same thing. You get it now? It can come in different ways. So now, the kernels of taxation as what? There must be equity. The first one is what? Equity. Equity means equality. That is, everybody paying tax. Tax must be what? Equal to everybody. Are you getting it now? There must be what? Principles of equality among the tax payer. When we say equality, it simply means that individual paying tax should be able to afford what to pay as tax. That is equality. You should be able to afford what to pay as tax. That is, those that are earning small should pay small tax. Those that are earning more should pay more tax. That is what? Equality. You get it now? Number next is what? Certainty. Another principle is certainty. Certainty simply means that you should be able to know the time you are going to pay tax. You should be able to know sometimes you should know the amount you need to pay as tax so that nobody will take advantage of you. I get it what? That is what? Certainty. You should be able to know the time and the amount. For instance, now, those that are salary earner, they know that it is when they collect the salary that they are going to pay their tax. They will deduct pay from their salary. And most of them know how much they deduct as tax from their salary. You get it now? So they know the time. You should be able to know the time of when you are to pay your tax. Convenience. Convenience simply means that is, paying tax should not be burdensome. It should not be something difficult. It should be something that is convenient to pay. That is when people will be willing to pay it. If it is something that you have to pass through different processes, what happens? Are you getting it? It should be something that is what? Convenient, very easy for you to pay without any stress. That is what? Convenience. Are you getting it? So you can even pay tax online. Just like if you want to pay your withholding tax or VAT, you use your what? Tax promas. Are you getting this what? That is what? Convenient. Something that it should be easy without stress to pay your tax. Convenience. Administrative efficiency. Administrative efficiency simply means that those that are in charge of administrating tax should be transparent. Are you getting it? They shouldn't use the tax money to enrich themselves. They should be transparent. Are you getting this what? That's what? Administrative efficiency. Those agencies of government that are in charge with collection of tax should be what? Transparent while doing so. Another one is what? Simplicity. Tax system what? Should be simple. It should be something that everybody are able to understand. I get that the computation of tax should be something that everybody should be able to understand. Even you should be able to compute your tax. Are you getting it? Another one is what? Productive. When we say productive, productive simply means that the money generated from tax should be used to do what? For productive purposes, for building factory, for building schools, for building hospitals, for helping the economy, for enhancing development of the country. The money generated should not be embezzled. Are you getting it now?
I have something to
say. Used for a productive purposes. Number next is what? Flexibility and stability. I getting it. When we say flexibility, flexibility simply means that for you to pay your tax, it should be very flexible. It should be very easy. It should be very simple. Are you getting it now? Another thing about flexibility is that tax law should not be too rigid. In the sense that if there is tax law should go with changes in the country, changes in the economy. If there is any changes in the economy, they should be able to change our tax laws. Are you following? Changing tax laws should not be something that is too difficult. Are you getting it? So changing tax law should be something that is flexible and easy. You get it now? So all these things, they are the principles and kernels of a good tax system. You get it now? Do you have any question? Please, if your mic is not mute, kindly mute your mic. Kindly mute your mic. So that is it for principles of taxation. We said equity, we have explained each of them. I want to believe that we'll all understand what we are saying. And if you have any question, any of them, you can let us know. Sources of Nigerian tax law. Also look at sources of Nigerian tax law. Where do Nigerians derive or generate their tax law from? From where do they generate, or where the tax law emanated from? Are you getting it now? The tax system in Nigeria is administered through statutes rather than common law. For instance, the tax law in Nigeria emanated from three aspects. We have the customary law. From customary law, there is one from statutes law, and another one is from what? Case law. Hope we are together. We are looking at the sources of Nigerian tax law. Where do tax law emanated from? Where do Nigeria get their tax law from? I said it is from three aspects: customary law, statutes law, and case law. Now, when we say customary law simply means those laws that emanated from our native and custom. Those laws that emanated from our tradition, from our religion, from the way we do our things. That is what? Customary law. Those laws, they emanated from where? From our tradition, from our custom, from our native, from our religion. That is what is called what? Customary laws. And these laws are used to govern what? Are used to govern taxation of income, goods, and property. So we are now using this law that emanated from our tradition, from our custom. We are now using it to regulate the way we collect taxes. I get it now. You know, in the olden days, this is what they use mostly. They use customary law. That is laws that emanated from our tradition, from our religion, from our custom. Those are the laws they use in collecting or in regulating tax collection. I'll give you an example now. There's what is called Ishakole. Most people from the western part of the country we know. Ishakole is a slang, is a way of collecting money in Yoruba land. Yeah, Ishakole. Those that are in the western part of the country will understand it. Ishakole. Another one is what? Osusu. Osusu. This one is applicable in the eastern part of Nigeria. Osusu. Zakat. Zakat is a tax payable by adherents to Islamic faith. This one is associated to Islamic faith. Zakat. So these are the examples of taxes that we use what? That follow the customary principle, that follows our tradition, religion, and native law in their collection. It is our native laws that guides their collections. You get it now? Then statutes law. Now, when we say statutes laws are laws that are made by what? National assemblies. Those laws that are made in National Assembly. Those laws that are made in National Assembly and passed by the government. They now empower the government to collect taxes. That is what? Statute law. Those laws that emanated from National Assembly. I know we have two National Assembly. We have the Senate and House of Representatives. Those laws that emanated from those places, those laws now empowers the government to collect taxes. Are you getting it now? We are looking at where the sources of Nigerian tax law. Sources of Nigerian tax law. So the status law are what? Laws that were emanated, laws that emanated at the national assemblies and by laws by local government authority in a democratic government. This legislation conferred power on the tax authority to impose tax. You get it now? So these are the laws. This law that emanated from the National Assembly now give power to the government, to tax authority to collect taxes. That is their sources of power. Another one is the case law. When we say case law, what does that mean? Case law simply means judicial precedent. Judicial precedent simply means what has happened before. That is judicial precedent. Example that has been set before, we are now using it. Are you getting it now? Example, what has happened before. The cases that they have decided before. Cases that have been decided before. It is not, you now brought it forward. You are now applying it to the present. That is judicial precedent. Are you getting it now? So under this doctrine, judgment pronounced by superior court of record, namely High Court, Appeal Court, and Supreme Court on principle of tax law and their interpretation of the provision of tax statute are binding on the lower courts. You get it now? So case law means cases on tax that has been decided previously. Are you getting it now? Those cases, they are binding on everybody. Are you getting it now? That is what case law. Cases that have been decided before on taxes. Those cases are binding on everybody. So all these are the sources of tax law. The customary law, the statute, and the case law. I believe that we are together and we are getting what we are saying. If you are not getting, you can ask your question. Multiple taxes. Multiple taxes. So I think this is where we'll be calling for a day today. Before we now move to next chapter. Multiple taxes. You know, in Nigeria, multiple taxation is very common. You can pay tax, the same tax on a particular item more than one times. You get it now? That is multiple tax. When you pay tax on a particular item, you pay more than one tax on a particular item. The same item, you are paying tax on it. That is what? Multiple taxes. You get it now? You pay tax on a particular item. The same item, you pay tax more than 2-3 times on it. Then you are talking about what? Multiple taxes. You get it now? A multiple tax system is a tax regime under which various and similar types of taxes are imposed on taxpayer by different tiers of government. For instance, why the federal government imposed the value-added tax on consumption and made it applicable throughout the federation. Some states, notably Lagos State, introduced sales tax based on the same principle as the former and made it applicable in Lagos State. You see it now? Multiple tax simply means that I've told you that when you are paying tax on the same commodity, when you are paying more than 2 or 3 taxes on the same commodity, then it is called what? A multiple tax. That is, you are being charged tax multiple times. You are paying tax multiple times on the same commodity. For instance, now, you know, we all know that VAT now is a consumption tax. It's a consumption tax in the sense that it is when you buy commodities, that is when you pay VAT. You get it now? Even your recharge card that you are using, you are paying VAT on it. So now, federal government will charge you VAT. You pay tax on VAT. When it comes to the state government too, especially Lagos State, you also pay what is called sales tax. That is when you buy anything, you pay tax on it. So all these tax are what? Multiple taxation. Are you getting it? You are paying tax for the same commodity more than 2 times. More than 2 times. That is for multiple tax. Now let's look at the types of multiple taxes that we have. The type of taxes introduced and collected by the local government vary from one local government to the other. Some of the taxes are, we have entertainment tax, road tax, permits for closure streets, with refuse collection tax, market tax, and the rest of them. So all these things, they are examples of what? Multiple tax. Some people will say, if you want to close this street now, you are going to pay tax. If you want to block road, you pay tax. You get it now? So that is what the tax reform bill wants to compress this kind of taxes. I get it now. They want to reduce these taxes. They want to reduce and eliminate them to make our tax system to be more smaller. I get it now. Even as they are making it compressed, government will still be generating the revenue they are supposed to generate. The only thing is that it will not give room for what? Multiple tax system. So now, that is what we'll be stopping for today. If you have any question, you can just let us know. If you have any question. This is the assignment I'll be giving you. Can you see the assignment? I'll paste it to the group chat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You will answer it and submit your response. You get it now? And
Are we to submit response on the group chat or with private chat?
Anyone that is convenient for you.
I would have loved your advice. I would have loved your advice. I could have loved your advice.
Okay. Anyone that is okay for you is fine by me. You can put it on the group chat. Okay, I've dropped it there. So
I would love to be. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, I would love maybe you should private chat it individually. So in case of if any make any error or any mistake, you can correct it. Am I confused, sir?
Okay. Anyhow, that is also fine. It's also fine. So that is it for today.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you, sir.
We are done with.
Can I comment on the assignment issues?
Okay, you can comment.
Private chatting is okay, but to me, I think even if you are correcting the group, we are learning together. It's not a big voice, but I've done anyhow, sir.
Okay, no, I buy this idea. We are learning together, so it's good we post everything so correction can be seen by all.
Yes. Everybody will know his laps.
Yes.
Okay, that's good, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's good, sir.
That is fine. Okay, that is it. That will be all for today.
Okay, so when the next class now? Time for the next class.
Next class. Though we are following the time table, I will always communicate.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please tell your friends.
Thank you very much.
Tell your friends to join. This is an opportunity. You have friends, and make sure you can also follow us on our YouTube channel. Because we will be dropping videos there.
Okay.
The audio class.
What's the name of the YouTube, sir?
Okay, I will check and send it. I will send it to the group chat.
Okay, send it on the platform. So
okay, sir.
take it off.
Okay. No, Allah. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Thank you all for joining.
Okay, and you too.
See you next time.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.